Hello everyone, welcome back. I want to cover two things today. First, I want to go over the use of Ring of Sacrifice and the poise, uh, the effects of poise and what I think of it and what I found out most likely. It's the video response for one of the viewer who has a question and it's gonna take a long to write it down. So I'm making a video response. Actually, I did made it, but bloody my mic went to sleep or ran out of battery or whatever, and yeah, I basically did for 11 or 12 minutes footage and it's all gone, and I have to redo it again. Well, to start about the Ring of Sacrifice, okay, as you guys know that you go out and you die somewhere, I'm just gonna kill myself, okay, so to show you. So, okay, I die by him. I'm dying on purposely, by the way. So, I die. Unfortunate. I mean, let's just imagine it's right outside the bonfire, but just imagine that you venture around somewhere in the crystal cave or like a demon one, like further away from the bonfire, and you know that you might die. Okay, and I had the 12,000, but just think of it as like you had more than 12,000. See, my soul is right there, plus there. That contains 12,000. And you all know that if I die again now, somewhere here, I will lose that 12,000 and then leave another bloodstained has zero soul and zero humanity, right? But you can do this. Instead of going, you go and you get this. And then, let's say I die here. Hello, kill me. It's easy to get killed, right? This is level 1. 3 shots. So if I die here, what is supposed to happen is I have to make another bloodstain right there where I die in the room with the zero souls and zero humanity, and then the 12,000 in the other in the hallway it should be gone, right? But this is what happens when you use the Ring of Sacrifice. See, that bloodstain over there is still there, containing 12,000. So I call it rescue mission. You die. You left a bloodstain somewhere with a lot of souls that you don't wanna lose, and I call it rescue mission. So rescue mission is like, oh, I have to go and get my soul, and of course I play really carefully on that round, not to die over that. But not only that, I put on the Ring of Sacrifice like this. So on the way I die, I don't lose. I still keep that a lot of soul that the first one, the original one, alive there, so that I don't leave another new one and lose the old one. You get the point, right? So if I get this Ring of Sacrifice, the souls, look at how much I'm getting. See? The exact same number. I don't. You get my point, right? So when you do the rescue mission, it's really good idea to have the Ring of Sacrifice on, because you don't lose anything. It works in the boss room too. Like, oh, you went to the boss and you tried to kill it for the first time and you failed. On the way to the boss room, you put on the Ring of Sacrifice. I mean, when you're like, usually when I recommend you to go to boss room, then like buy everything and use up most of the souls. But as you level up higher and higher, that the soul requirement to level one more soul level is a lot that you wanna like. It's kind of puts you in a position that you have to go and fight with a lot of souls. So you can use that. You die. You're trying to beat the boss and you die. What you can do is you just jump into the boss room, having the Ring of Sacrifice, and then as soon as you get in there, I don't know, you find yourself some kind of chance to pick up and then change the ring back. As soon as you get it, what you want to do is change the ring back to whatever the rings you prefer. I like this one because I love the ninja roll, right? So that's another tip. If you Because if you watch my level 1 walkthrough, the boss battle is called Sis. You see myself die like 3 times, and I had quite a lot of sword that I didn't want to lose. So back then, so I used the ring of sacrifice on the way to the boss room, and then the boss is slow, so I had the idea that I have all the time to pick up the sword. I don't recommend you to do that. Some other bosses that are really fast, like Capra Demon. I mean, you lost it in there. Chances are it's gone. You can't get in there. Oh, let me get my sword and let me change my ring back. Yeah, you'll be dead by then. Okay, so you get the point, right? Ring of sacrifice, and you might thinking like, oh, where do I get the ring of sacrifice? The Do you remember the NPC in the top of the on that church? You know the ones that you fought the bear gargoyle on the roof and then ring the first bear. There is an NPC there, and he sells 10 ring of sacrifice in one game, and a new game plus. He also sells another 10, and you can get ring of sacrifice throughout the dungeons. Like there is one right next to the bonfire, the fire ring shrine. Like under the bridge, you have to jump to get it, and so on. There is also one in the penny world, and there's throughout the dungeon. There is one in the rare ring of sacrifice in New Londo on the top of the church looking thing where you have to meet the dude that gives you key, and there's everywhere, and you can get bunch. So just don't forget and ring of sacrifice use. Because I was reading a lot of forums and people saying that, oh, I lost so many souls and blah blah blah. I'm like, why would you ever lose a soul? I mean, if you have a lot of soul that you gotta lose, you can put on the ring of sacrifice to prevent it to losing it, right? So just a tip that some people don't know, so I put it up. Okay, so second thing that I want to cover is about the poise. So I know this video is gonna be long, so if you're just interested about the ring of sacrifice and the rescue mission, thank you for watching and have a nice day. And I really like your comment, and please rate the video. Any like or dislike, whatever, might help me out. And thank you so much for your support. Okay, so second one is. One of my precious viewers was asking about the Poise, and his original question was, is this this character? Is this the best set you have found, or are you just experimenting and messing around? I think that as long as you have a decently upgraded equipment, then the primary focus should be Poise. And that's what he says. To go on, I want to answer right away. This is kind of the best set I found, of course, in Soul Level 1. And I did a lot of experimenting, and I actually looked at all this, the data, and all these people made the charts and what. And I also calculated how many defense I get divided by weight. So, and which armor has the best defense when I upgrade to the max, and all that. And then poise and everything, trying to find out. And there is also cool. I got the cool Excel file that made it, and you can put it on all your equipment and then your stats, and then it tells you how fast you can roll and what's your stamina and what everything, your damage, output, defense, and all that. So I mess around a lot to find out the best perfect thing. Of course, is so level 1. So. And I totally agree on your idea that as long as you have a decently upgraded equipment, then your primary focus should be focus. Of course, I do agree. And I was putting a lot of comments, and then it's gonna be long, so I'm making a video out of it, video response. So before I go into next your question, let me just go over whatever I wrote and kind of more detail wise. I think the Poise is like PvP, that's what I said in the comment, right? And it's like I read one of the dude that does a lot of experimenting in the forum, and didn't believe it in the first time, but like he has some pretty good points. And I also tested out with the mob, kind of like like playing. I have so many characters. I've been playing quite a while that I kind of tested out with different characters, different stats as well myself, and different poise, of course, to test it out. Is poise really matter in PvP, PvE? In PvP, of course, it matters, huge. So it doesn't matter in PvE, and I was like kind of testing out in PvP wise too. And then he says something about invisible bar. It's like a stamina bar, but you don't see it. It's an invisible, and then it's like stamina bar when you get hit. Poise bar drains out, and it like after a while it's like stamina bar, like after you use it, see it goes back up. The rate of the goes regaining, regenerating poise bar is a lot faster. And it is true because once you get stun lock, and then it only takes like less than a second, like 1 second, and then you can get out of that stun lock. So I also like kind of look really into it in PvP, having different poise. So I kind of agree with his idea that invisible bar. That like I think there's a really nice way of describing invisible bar. There's like it drains out as you get hit. So and then so PvP, you know that when you get hit by your enemy's weapon, it drains your how much your poise you have and how hard and the big weapon they use. I'm gonna use the word force. Just my way of explaining. The force of the weapon is greater. That drains much more poise, and you don't have enough poise to withstand that force. Then you get stunned like right away, even if it's a one shot, one swing. So basic explanation about the poise, and so it does matter a lot. If you have a zero poise in PvP, of course you gotta get hit and you're gonna get stunned like right away most of the time. And PvE, it kind of links to your question, that another question you asked, that it says that you think that poise is like a second chance in PvE, like you can still get hit and land another. I do agree. I'm not saying I don't agree. If you have more poise, that's why this character has a hover lag. Because I still want. So sometimes I still want to get hit, and then swing at them. So I would get the last shot or whatever. So they die. I mean, when I'm fighting against like 2 or 3. But generally, most of the mobs, like giant, sentinel, or whatever, they swing like a giant weapon at you. Like a silver knight. Yeah, they have the black knights. All they have is like the black knights. My mic went out, so I really don't know where it went out. So, oh my god, I hate this. Okay. Oh no. What I was saying is that okay, PVE, PvP, PVE side. I truly agree on your idea that is you still can swing when you get hit, of course. But the one thing that I want to mention is you. Uh, I don't know. I think of it this way. When I do the PVE, I try to fight like I have a different style than you are, or maybe like I have a different idea, which is I don't like to get hit. I really don't like to get hit when I'm fighting the mobs. Like I think of this way: from hit this bonfire to that bonfire, I know that how many mobs there are, and I know that this is like really dangerous part. This is easy part. I try to like lure them one by one. And I fight like a coward. I could say that. Like a lure one by one. I shoot the bow at one of them and have fight one in the corner and fight next one. I don't put myself in the position like a pin down or fight like two or three at the once. I would never do that. Like I don't like unless I like oh I wanna go fast and I wanna like run into it. I don't. You most of the time I'm really cautious and I do use the method of block and hit. What I mean by block and hit is like I block their attack. As soon as I block, they like stun like ding, and then the deflection, their swing, and then I swing at them. So and then unless I see like a perfect moment that I can swing, I don't swing, and then I go back and forth, kind of like so let them miss the swing, and then I move forward to swing at them. I don't like ever swing at them while they swing. So I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna hit you while I'm getting hit. Oh, I don't do that at all. I don't do that at all. So that's why like poise doesn't really matter. That's how I think of it in PvE. And the both better. You get even if you have a like so little stamina poise, I still have a chance to swing at them. I usually but at their ass with their like let's say there's some mobs like a stray demon or whatever. I'm at their ass and I attack them when they're done attacking, or I use environments and all that. So usually like there are even if you have a zero poise, you can beat the boss, no problem. I've done it, and even like a final boss Gwyn, like I have a zero poise and I still like do the parry thing. If you watch my video, that set was having so little poise because I want to put the hornet ring instead of this. If I put another ring right here, let's say like that, I can roll fast, and basically I have to get rid of this havoc and then put the shadow which has a zero poise, and ended up leaving me zero poise. See, and I have to change it to this one so I can do fast roll like this. See, I have a zero poise and still be able to parry attack the final boss. So if you watch my one, the final boss one. So even if you have a zero poise and the Gwyn, the last boss will swing at me, I didn't get stun locked because I could still do the parry attack on him. If you see in the beginning that he was swinging at me and I got like like one or two swing and I got hurt, and then last one like right before I die I successfully did a parry attack and I still keep on doing it. So hopefully you get my point. And here's another thing that I found about the poise that I read, and then it totally makes sense. When you have a 40 poise, you can withstand the katana or barb sword, something like stray sword, like the basic sword weapon. So having 40 poise is important. Anything less than 40 is useless. I mean, in PvP I'm talking about, I'm sorry. Okay, PvE is different because they use a different weapons and some of them are really life force weapon. But in a PvP, I'm talking about PvP now because you're thinking about getting level 1 PvP and then having a set, right? So having 40 poise is important, right? Why? Because 40 poise, you can withstand the katana. Otherwise, you're gonna get stun locked by katana. Like two swings and you're gonna get stunned. Or two-handed katana. And katana is really popular weapon for PvP, so you should consider that, right? Any piercing weapon, anything like that. So poise 40 is katana. If you have 53, you can withstand the claymore. One two-handed claymore swing. Any giant, any great sword. Great sword is moonlight blade, moonlight great sword, claymore. You get the picture, right? Like you can go online and you can find the great sword, and there's a bunch of them. Katana is where like Yaito, Uchi Katana, Washington, they're all katana right there. Chaos blade. So 53, you can withstand one two-handed. That's what the forum, some the guy who did the research and whatever that, and it really makes sense because I had more than 50. I usually go around when I do PvP. I have a 56 poise, and what I found out was I can withstand the Great Sword. If you get 55 poise, you can withstand two-handed, one swing, two-handed Murakamo. You know the ones that the great giant skeleton use? It's a giant curved sword, gray sword, curved gray sword. It has a different moveset than Claymore. It's a gray sword, but it's big, giant, curved one. You know the any curved weapon that even if they block, we can still get damage behind the shield, like short hair. So anyway, and another tip: when you do the PvP, let's say you use a short hair. I have a short hair like the secondary weapon because I wanna like two-handed, and then if they turn it up, like turtling up, like like a shield up and do nothing, because your swing will be blocked, and when they block, it drains their stamina, but then I gotta get stun lock. So when they're blocking and turtling up, then it's the best thing you can do is to use the curved sword, and then make sure you're two-handed, because when you're one-handed and then hit it, it doesn't damage so much behind the shield. But when you're two-handed, oh, it damages so much. It's beautiful. They're like, and most of the time, if they are noobs or not used to this game, they get, how do I say it? Like they get like really surprised and they panic because I'm blocking, and then oh my god, I get damaged like so much, and they panic. So it's a great weapon, like a curved sword. Yeah, I don't use a Murakamo, but I use a short hair, and I put it in an elemental like fire or lightning, and then when they turn it off. Oh, okay. Let's go back to what I was saying. So 55 is Murakamo, and 76 is one you can withstand one two-handed Jehinder or Black Knight Grey Sword, Black Knight Great Axe, any Black Knight set, and you need to have a quite of strength to wear that, or they need to have a quite of strength to wear that. Jehinder is 24 strength, and yeah, I don't know about the Black Knight Grey Sword, but it's really popular. Black Knight Grey Axe is really popular. Not the sword, but the axe. Jehinder, oh my god, it's like giant. The category is Ultra Great Sword, Ultra Great Axe. So anything with the Ultra, you have to withstand. You need to have 76. If you have a 107 or more, I think that's the next number, and you can withstand even like 2 or 3 shot of a claymore, two-handed, of course. So you get the point. So having 40, 53, 40, 53, 55, 76 is what it matters in PvP. And okay, so here let me go on. What I found out is Havoc series is the set that has most poise in one piece, last piece. So what I'm saying is that, of course, there's another armor set called Giant, and it works great. Giant set is really good. I know for sure. And it is lighter than Hover, but it has a decent poise, but it's less than Hover. Also, you can upgrade the Giant one, so you have more defense on top of that. So some people prefer the Giant set, but there's a difference between Giant and Hover. Giant set, you need to put on more pieces. What I meant by Hover is so great about it is you can have most poise with less piece of the armor. Like chest, the leg, it has 28 poise. Hand piece, it has a 28 poise. And I think the chest has a 50 something, it has more. And it has the most poise in by the pieces. You get the point, right? So what I like to do is My other character who has a 40 endurance, equipment load will be 80. So I put these two. So you go over to 56, which is, you see, I told you about the 55 margin, right? You get one more extra, 56. And I put usually like light pieces in there and easily upgradable. And the ones that you like to start. I mean, I know that there is another armor is lighter and has a better defense when you upgrade. Of course, for example, the Brigand has the best defense by the weight. So it's not the lightest, but it has the best defense by the weight if you divide it by weight. And I could put that on. And even like if you look at the Thief Mask has a 21. It's a little more, but it's better than Shadow. But why do I have these two? But because I like the star. I mean, so you might be asking like, why? Wouldn't you like to wear something is more, gives you more defense and lighter? Yeah, of course. But I'm kind of guy that like I like to wear something is very efficient, effective. I mean, it's good, but at the same time that I like the star. If I don't like the star and I look like a douchebag, I don't want to go around everywhere like a douchebag, right? Like something I like, and I love this set. So, and the great thing is, so I wear this black cleric robe because it's black and it matches really well with the shadow mask, which is like a ninja thing, and it's a robe and not 100%. It kind of covers the leg. I mean, if I have another like a chest, the havoc leg kind of shows out so easily. Like it stands out. When you go PvP in the like noobs, or if you want to call it, they just start coming and throwing, or if you can't see them, they're not used to it. But if you like do a lot of PvP, you know that like they're ready and they're moving. Of course, there's a lag issue and all that, and I'm not saying I'm like really good at PvP. If I fight like 10 times, I only win like 7 times, 6, 7 times I win, and I lose out of 4 because of the lag issue. Or even if there isn't lag, I do the stupid mistake and as well. So I'm not like a god in PvP or whatever, but having this Havoc theory like that hiding, if you do more PvP, what happens is that that's what I do too. When you go in and you see the opponent and then what they wear and what weapon they use. Oh, he has a claymore. I can withstand that. So if he has a katana, okay. Oh, he has a Jehinder or Black Knight Giant, Great Sword, Great Axe, and like, oh, okay, then I don't have 76 points, so I have to watch out. So I have to do. I'm rolling away, trying to not get hit. I don't do like two-handed and go face, hitting him, whatever, because I know that I'm gonna get stun locked. And so it all depends. So the reason why I like this robe is it kind of covers my leg. I mean, I know that it's not 100%, but if you look at it, you can still see it, right? But it's better than other clothes. If I wear anything else than that, it's just like only to the waist, and then you can see the leg piece all the way. This one at least covers, a little bit. So, and I like the star. Main reason I love the star. I like it. And then that I could wear another piece that has more defense and lighter, of course, but like a Brigand or Brigand or whatever you want to call it. That set has a really good defense, but I really don't like it. So I don't even. Hello. Okay. It went off again. There's something wrong with my headset. Really, like it's like a bad day, right? Again, so I don't know what I said. I don't know when it cut off, so we're just gonna go on because I tend to say things over and over anyway. So this is what I usually do, and the light pieces on top, and because those head piece and the chest piece stands out. Those two are you can cover it or try to, and then these two will give you 56. But being on level 1, I want to keep it fast roar, so I put the green ring so I can do medium and still roar fast. But see, if I have the 2 havoc, I can roar that much. So I put this one. I mean, I could put that one, it's lighter or that, but I like the style. Okay, I told you, right? I like the color of it. So, and I can do fast roar. But the downside is I only have 28 points, which is not even 40. So being level 1, I don't know how you can come up with the 40 poise and being able to roar fast. Because you need some kind of weight margin that you can put on freaking weapons too, right? And the shield. So I have no idea how, because I tried everything, and there might be, like, let's say if you put on something lighter, which is like a, yeah, still, you really need to go on less than that. And then you can put on something really light that will put you under 50 and then have the ring, then that might work. But uh, I I try, and I kind of like, yeah, well, I'm not gonna, as I say, I'm not gonna do PvP on this character. You know, it's just mainly for beating the boss with the level 1 and kind of recording character. What I'm saying by recording character is that, like, I don't really pay attention to this character, the stat that much. I really like focus on my other character. I spend more time and, you know, doing, like a stat and all that arrangement more into other character. But anyway, that's what I found out doing it, and I will I will put the links in the description. There is one thing that you might love to download is if you have a Microsoft Excel program, Office, you can download those 2 files and you can play around, and it's kind of like a character stat calculator. But it's not only that you can like put how many desired levers, and like you put on your lever, like let's say like 120 or 100, and all the stats you put on, and what weapon you have in the right hand, what weapon in the right hand number 2, left hand number 2, and what piece of chest and arm and legs you have, and rings, and it really tells you how many hit points, stamina regen, poise, equip burden, how fast you can roar, item discovery, how much defense you have with the lightning, blah blah blah, everything you want to know. Like, even you actually do it in your character, like, you can mess around so much, and then combine with another file that is called armor, dark soul armor. And this, what it is, it shows like every armor you can set, you can find in the dark soul, and when you upgrade to +5 or +10, and how much defense you get, how much poise, and all that, like everything in there. And you can categorize by gauntlet, hand pieces, and you can categorize by head, chest, and find the best armor you want, and all that. And it does everything for you. I mean, before I found it, I took out my calculator and then punched it out and writing down on the piece of paper and all that. Oh, after I found it, my life got so much easier. I don't have to do that. So I will link those two, that where you can get it, and also very cool site that you can kind of look at all the weapons and how much you can damage and all that, the stat. I mean, you probably already know, but I'm just, the people who don't know as well, and maybe you might be interesting. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Hope that it answered your question. So, to sum it up, Poise is really kind of important in PvP. PvE, I don't think that is not that necessary because I don't like to get hit, and I play really carefully and cautious, and then all, just swing my weapons whenever I have a chance. And poise does matter. 40, 53, 55, 76, and level 1. So level 1, you can only have one poise, which is the half of. I mean, if you can put on the giant one, but you're gonna get less poise, right? Less than 40. So, uh, so I don't know. Tell me how you're gonna have so level 1 character has a PvP armor set. I'm also kind of curious too. So, thank you for watching and have a nice day. Bye bye.